the brain. It just shuts off. In this video, I want to talk about musicians, how they fit into the art industry, how we've been neglecting about 90% of the art industry, pigeonholing ourselves into this generic niche, if that's a thing that exists. And this video also has an archival purpose. I want to talk about the origin story of my own art project and see if we can learn anything from that. The two are linked, so don't worry. Musicians really pigeonhole themselves into their own niche of the art industry, which is a shame because we can learn so much from different forms of art. We can learn from food, we can learn from paintings, movies, and books, and carpentry even, and fashion even, and video games. And we're just not doing that. And that's a real shame. Let's, for instance, take a surgeon. A surgeon probably knows about much more than just his scalpel and cutting skills, right? They know about medicine and all other things concerning surgeoning. I don't know anything about a surgeon. Let's take a physics teacher, because I am one. A physics teacher knows much more than just physics. They know about didactics and pedagogy and administration. They know how to talk to parents. And they know much more than just their niche of their own craft, their own subject that they teach. So surely a musician that is an artist knows much more than just music, right? They know about many forms of self-expression. They know about art, right? There's this thing that art does that I think makes it so good at inspiring us. And that is that it takes an emotion or a story and it magnifies it for us. It takes something out of real life and it magnifies it. So we can experience that facet of life without actually having to experience it. And that's really important. And music can only do so much. Music is very good at conveying certain stories and emotions, but it's not so good at conveying other types of emotions and stories. And if we pigeonhole ourselves into only music, then we can only experience what music has to offer. So if we go out and look at other forms of art, we can get emotions and stories and concepts that are hard to find in music and bring those back into our own work and get a very nuanced and interesting view of the world that you can give to others with your music again. So I want to give you an example of how other artists and other forms of art can inspire you to change something about your own work. And it's going to be a bit rambly. It's going to be about the origin story of my own art project, a master's archive. And yeah, it might be a little long, but let's go. It started at around January 2018. I was sitting in a cafe with a good friend of mine, Lonica, and she was distracted from her work, as was I. She got an email from Bruno van Elshout, and he's a photographer. I knew nothing about the guy. And she said, hey, this is an invitation for a dinner party, and I can take someone with me. Do you want to come with? And I said, yeah, that sounds like fun. So at around February, mid-February, we went there. Weather was okay. It was fine. It was like a 2-hour trip there to The Hague. And we had really great dinner. We knew nobody there. Everyone was a stranger. So we met a lot of new people, and it was really fun. Everyone was having a great time. Everyone was there for the same reason. We all got the invitation, and we said yes. And Bruno was going to talk about his art project. Seems a little self-indulgent to host an evening just to talk about your art project. But everyone knew that this was going to be a thing, and everyone said yes to this idea of him talking about his art project for an entire evening. So everyone was interested, so it really wasn't that bad. So Bruno's project was a photography project. It involved 144 different portraits of 144 different people. And with each of them, he spent 8 hours on the beach, a meeting. And he didn't know anything about those people. They were complete strangers. The project is called Whatever the Weather, so it didn't matter what kind of weather it was or what kind of day it was, they went. They had a date set, and they went to the beach for 8 hours and just talked, did a meaningful meeting. And all he took from that was a singular picture. He didn't want to archive the whole thing. He just wanted to take one picture home. And he put that into a book, and they're really quite profound pictures. They're very naked, and I think they're quite lovely, and very emotional somehow. So I felt very inspired by that. I took a lot from that. I saw myself, my own work in there, and I got very inspired by that. So the next morning, I sent a message to my friend Lonica, and I said, hey, if I did 833 and 1/3 of these music sessions, these 12-hour sessions, I'll have 10,000 hours put in there, and it will take me about 13 years. She said, be careful what you wish for, and be careful about choosing your art projects. I said, yeah, I know. So here I am, doing a master's archive. So moral of the story is that other artists with other forms of art can really inspire you that work in a different niche. And this might be a little bit of an extreme example because it basically made me change my entire life. But as I said, it's for archival purposes as well. And it's just, an example. Of course, there's also more concrete examples within my music that I've been inspired by different types of art. So let's look at those. And you can play with the head instead of a ball, and it's really fun. And it's just one game for me. Head ball, 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 head ball.
There I was, all alone and naked to the bone. Not even a shiver to warm me up from the inside.
Recently, these influences, these other art forms have been very important to me because I've been working a little bit more towards film scoring and theatrical music, and it seems that different forms of art are a little bit more represented within those types of music. But I think we can take a lot from that and put it into our other music, be it electronic, be it singer-songwriter, whatever type of music you make. I think other types of art can only help nuance and create more interesting work.
Over the last 13 months, I have found a lot of new people in a creative space. Lots of poets, videographers, and painters, and just artists in general, and that has really helped me out. So I didn't even get any discounts on all the food I bought, so that kind of sucks. But yeah, go outside, find cool people. Maybe go to an event. There's always people that are organizing events because artists, they just can't sit still. They have to do stuff and show it to people. That's just what they do. So even near you, the chance is pretty big that there's someone. Of course, there's helicopters and wind. The chance is pretty big that there's someone or a collective of people that are organizing stuff near you that you could go to, and that's going to be really fun. So you should look on Facebook, Twitter to see if there's any events near you that you can go to. And you should probably go alone, because if you're alone, the chance is much higher that you're actually going to go and meet new people. And that's what you want to do. You want to network a little bit and find new people to, inspire you and all that. And maybe, if you're lucky, some weirdo artist will adopt you and show you around town. Excuse me. Show you around town, show you the crew, and maybe they can plug you into a network. Oh, there's bicycle racing things, so there's of course going to be helicopters documenting the whole thing. It's a European thing, I don't know, man. Bicycles, of course they're in Holland.
I do believe that the most concrete and quickest way to be inspired for your art is to look at similar types of art. I've been very inspired by other YouTube creators. Shout out to Christian Henson from Spitfire Music. But it's dangerous in that we can get pigeonholed into that. But more dangerously, it prevents you from going outside of your comfort zone by going out and meeting new people. And that's even more so with music, because it's so readily available on the internet. You don't have to go out anywhere to find it anymore. And it's a very pure form of the work even. A painting, you have to go out and see the actual painting. But a studio recording of an album, you can listen to that thing on your computer. In this analogy, a live show is a different work of art than a studio album. The experiences you have had is what dictates you as being you. It's what makes you unique. It's what makes your art as well. And it's good to have experiences with, suspended chords, cable management, and gain staging maybe, but those experiences are not unique. Other people have had those experiences and they told you about it. So that's not unique information to you. What's gonna make you unique is your unique experiences. Nothing so formal. So go out and experience stuff. Find fun things. Find cool stories. Find interesting emotions. Interesting people make interesting art. So be interesting. Archive update. Session 1 to 45 are now online on Spotify, Apple Music, and Deezer, and lots of other big platforms. So follow me on your favorite platform if you want to be notified of more music that I release, and it's released regularly. And subscribe here if you want to do that. You know how YouTube works. And I'll see you in the next video. Actually, I won't see you because you'll be seeing me, and this is just a camera. YouTube's so weird.